That colony right there, dead. This one right here, gone, dead. Now, before I start talking about the huge elephant in the room, I want to give a little bit of a backstory. Now, everybody right now, they hear talk. There was a great discussion with Dr. Humberto Boncristiani and Blake Shook, and they were talking about the latest die-off with honeybees. Some commercial guys are experiencing 70 to 100% colony loss. Now, I've seen other videos. I saw David Burns had another video talking about that. I saw Jason Chrisman had a great discussion, a great video, and he was talking about the bird flu. So viruses leading to the death of honeybees. Now, some backstory here. I started last year, I had 16 colonies going into the winter a year ago. I came out of the winter with 8. Tough. That was the worst winter I had had in years. Now, from that point, when I came out of last winter, we had a very early winter, okay? We had swarms in April here. We were 5-6 weeks early. Now, the whole season, I had queen problems. I had colonies going to laying workers, okay? Have never experienced what I did last year with queen problems. We then had a huge drought in this part of the country. From coming out of the winter then with those 8 colonies, I tried splitting, I tried boosting numbers. I then went into this last winter with 8. I now have had 3 die. So from going into the winter a little over a year ago with 16, and I now have 5 colonies, that is a huge problem. Now, those in here, you'll say, well, did you check mites? Did you do this? My highest mite count last year was 3. I stayed on top of them, did washes and everything. You can watch my videos. I show everything. For the most part, I'll cut out some of the boring stuff, but I show every important detail. Now, all of the talk lately, and this is the reason I'm doing this video, I've seen commercial beekeeper this, commercial beekeeper that, commercial beekeeper, commercial beekeeper. All of this talk is centered around commercial beekeeper. Well, if you look at, when I Googled it, and I'm going all off of memory here, I Googled, and there are between 115,000 upwards of up to 210,000 beekeepers across the United States, okay? It said it varies according to which survey, which study has been done. Now, let's look at that number, okay? Commercial beekeepers, those are the big guys, okay? But in those beekeepers, let's even just say it's 115,000 beekeepers across the United States. 90% of them are hobbyists. They consider a hobbyist 25 colonies and under, okay? Now, you're looking at from 25 up to, say, 150, 200 in there, considered a sideliner. All of the discussion recently is commercial. Now, if 90% of the beekeepers out there are hobbyists, if all of this discussion is around commercial, let's help commercial guys, what about us? If we make up 90% of the population of beekeepers and we start suffering all of these losses, I can't afford to maintain beekeeping if year after year after year I have to keep spending the money to keep bees. This year I spent already, okay, I've bought 6 packages just to start boosting some numbers. Yes, I could split. I tried that last year, didn't work. They all failed. I had to combine back. So for me, I got packages with queens so that I could just start boosting numbers. Now 6 packages. I've spent $600 already, $700 probably. Can the everyday person do that? Now, I used money from honey to do that. Would I have liked to have bought other stuff with it? Yes. I had to take a step back from buying other equipment so that I could just still have bees. Now, my whole purpose in this video is don't forget about the hobbyists. If we truly make up 90% of the population out there, we are a huge majority of the beekeepers. The commercial guys, you need stores to purchase your equipment from, okay? Well, if 90%, let's say half of the hobbyist beekeepers disappear, that's a huge chunk of beekeepers that are not buying equipment, are not buying bees, are not supporting the businesses, and it's going to collapse. We need to, and my main point that I want to get across here is we need to all come together at a round table, and where the commercial guys are there, yes, they spend an enormous amount of money. They are feeding their families, they're keeping the lights on from their beekeeping, but us hobbyist guys help out as well. We're contributing to the economy in beekeeping. We are contributing. Don't forget about us. Include us at that table, because if there is, like I saw in Jason's video, I believe it was $139 million of loss. Well, if there's any type of financial assistance, what about us? And that is what I don't want to get lost. I don't want yards like this here. Every colony up there are ones that I lost last year in the ending of the fall that I've cleaned out the frames and just boxes are sitting. I've got 2 up there with frames that it's cold now, so I'm just letting them sit out there. But that row should be filled. What about us? And that is just, when I've seen the discussion about commercial beekeepers and commercial beekeepers, I haven't heard a single individual say, we need to also make sure that the sideliners and the hobbyists are taken care of as well. Because if we all go away, the whole system is going to collapse. I know that for a fact. So, band together. Let's figure this out. Now, is it a virus? Who knows? Is there some type of synergistic reaction going on between some different compounds that are out there now? Could it be? I mean, like Jason said, could it be the bird flu? Could it be some type of mutation there? We all have to figure this out, because it's been since 2006-07 when the colony collapse hit and wiped out loads of colonies. Now we are 2025 and we have a major problem going on. So my whole reasoning, just commercial guys, big guys out there, researchers, those in academic, don't forget about us. Don't forget about the Castle Hives. Don't forget about every other hobbyist that's out there. And when you find these solutions, don't price us out. And, if the solution is, well, here's this, but it costs hundreds of dollars, I'll be done. This right here will not exist anymore. And I hate to say that, well, I would walk away, but if I couldn't possibly maintain it financially, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't be able to do it. This scene right here is horrible. Horrible. But we need to figure it out. I know that we have the science, we have the funding. If there are discussions, reach out. Hit my email up. I would gladly offer my kind of 2 cents as far as a hobbyist outlook. It is devastating. Hopefully we can close the door and move on to the next chapter, because I want to get this equipment that's in here, I want to get this into use. I want to get this honey room here into use. It just would be an utter shame if we lose the hobbyists in this whole entire problem that's going on. So that is my 2 cents. Appreciate you all watching this. It's just pretty raw. it's kind of hit me a little bit lately because I've seen all these videos and I see everything saying, commercial guys, what about us? And I will just leave it at that.